Chris, Dom, welcome back to Cray Valley for a new season. First of all, how's your summer been?
Yeah, good summer. I mean, I've not quite started summer yet, but
Yeah.
I know for you guys it's all picking up again. But
missing football.
missing
but
football, yeah.
no, it's been good. It's been good.
Great. At the back end of last season, you guys won Supporters of the Season for last year. Congratulations, first
Thank
of
you.
all. What did it mean to you to win an award like that?
Well, it was totally unexpected.
Yeah.
We hadn't. I don't know why we hadn't remembered from last year that that even existed. And then our son spotted it, and we thought, oh, that's a bit exciting.
Yeah, it was exciting, but also quite nervous because you're sitting there in a room with you've watched these players all season, and then to stand and get an award yourself, it's very, very sort of humbling. Is not really the right word, but it was very, very nice to be recognised for doing something for the club.
Yeah, we were honoured, and but we don't have a massive fan base, so there are lots of people that go week in, week out. So to be given it was amazing.
Amazing stuff. One of the reasons that you won it was because of your podcast, which a lot of people around Cray Valley really enjoy listening to. Just tell us a little bit about the podcast and why you initially started doing Everything is Green and Black.
Well, it was you really, wasn't it? So we came down sort of the season before last and really enjoyed the family day out. It's great for us to have something we can all do together. And then you thought, why don't we do a pod?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasts anyway, and I just thought to myself, do you know what? I'm interested in football anyway. I always am a big advocate saying I'm a fan of football before I actually talk about certain clubs. But following Cray, it just got my heart, and I feel a bit like coming down. I thought I'm going to try and do something where other people can sort of live it, but not be here. If you know what I mean, it's sort of I do it so people, if you're not here, can listen to it. And if you do listen to it, it might make you want to come down. So that's sort of why we started doing it. And originally, I was going to host it, and Dom was going to be the sort of the guest on.
Don't
But then,
know why.
and honestly, and then Dom said to me that that we tried it that way, it didn't really work. And then Dom hosts it, and it's obviously better that way. I think I don't know what people think about it. It's also one of the things where I couldn't really care less if 1,000 people listen to it or 30 people listen to it. For me, I'm doing it anyway, and I enjoy doing it. And I think that if you listen to it and you enjoy it, good. And if you don't, then just don't listen. It's fine.
What's it been like when you found out that a few of the players have been listening to sort of your post-match analysis?
Yeah, obviously I get that a little bit because I talk about the players like week in, week out. I talk about players, but I watch these players, and I never really think I'm out of order towards the players. I always give a fair opinion, and to be fair, if I did ever think bad or anything, I'd keep it myself. It's not really, that's irrelevant. I mean, knowing the players listen.
Also, there are such, you might say something and then you think, oh, I hope if they heard that they didn't think that I was having it. You do have that sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I've been. The players have.
We finish and then you think, oh, do you think they'll be upset about that? There is, yeah.
Players have approached me. Tom Beer approached me about a goal that I mentioned about, and then when I said it in the podcast, I thought to myself, oh, he won't listen to it anyway. And then he did, and then he mentioned it to me, and he was right what he said. But that's what it's there for. But he laughed about it. We laughed about it. So.
But there's also that thing about getting things wrong sometimes because we do it the day after. We've not seen multiple replays of anything.
No, you can't really watch it back.
Chris really calls what he sees, and sometimes what he sees isn't what happened. And then I did it with Freddie. I said it wasn't a perfect hat trick, and then it turned out it was a perfect hat trick, and then I was oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but listen, you get things right. You know, if people listen to it and they want to come and pull me up on what I said, then fair enough, and that's fine. And I'll laugh about it. I think I've given goals to different players at times, and so I've called things wrong, but at the same time, it is what it is.
Great stuff. Just on Cray Valley as a whole, you've been coming down for a couple of years now. What is it about the club that keeps bringing you back and to be season ticket holders and want to go home and away and watch as many games as possible?
I think it's a real sense of community. So we know so many people who are really welcoming when we first came. I think it was quite quickly you got to know names and people really wanted to get to know us. So that's part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, last season, I missed 5 games home and away last season, about 50 odd games. So it is a commitment. And obviously we take our kids with us, so we know that the dedication's there. Our calendar, the Cray fixtures go in, and I think, like Dom says, from the moment we got here, we came down for an FA Cup game against Enfield, and we won 5-3. And then after that, we pretty much joined the season ticket list. We got the season tickets right away.
Well, there was the Charlton draw was the thing, and we thought, wow, that's going to be such an important game. That's going to be so exciting to be part of that. So then, to make sure we got tickets for that, you said, right, let's just buy the season tickets. And, the other thing is the football is really good. that's one of the main things as well, because when we first came down, we didn't know what the sound of football would be like. And then we were like, these are actually really, really good. You know, we were watching Cray on the wing, and it was just amazing, so exciting. So that was the other side of it, wasn't it?
Yeah. Also, I think the one thing about Cray is when you come down here, like I've celebrated a last-minute winner with the chairman, like cuddling and a mass frenzy down at Bowes and Pitsea. And I spoke to the manager after the game. I mean, you don't get this in proper football. So I say proper football, it is proper football, but you don't get this at top level. Top level, you might get your players off in the stands, but that's it. Whereas here, you can give them a high five. They come there and shake your hand after a game, you know. And it's like you speak to the manager after the game, have a pint with him. You don't get that elsewhere. And like Dom says, yeah, as soon as we got here, whether it's you come through the front gate and Chapo's there, or you come in dodging Derek, everybody knows you. Even like Suga, you know, it's like a real community down here, and everyone will go out of the way for you. They look after you. I mean, we've had times when coaches, when we got on the coach, there's no seats. Then all of a sudden, 3 or 4 people have got up, shuffled around, made room for us for the kids and stuff. So I just think it's a real hidden gem, and I think like more people, if you can get more people through the door to see what it's like, they'll come back.
Yeah. I think it's also for the kids as well. Like they feel very safe here. So they can go to the shop themselves, you know, to get a drink
or a burger or whatever,
burger, whatever. So that's another aspect. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. So there's, in the years where you've been following, Cray have only really had successful seasons or, you know, positive seasons. What have been some of your highlights of your time following Cray?
Obviously the Charlton game.
Yeah.
The Charlton game.
That was amazing.
To be fair,
down here, like the second leg, although we lost it, it was amazing to see all the press down here and everything.
Yeah, well, we went 1-0 down earlier. I think Alfie May scored for them, and then all of a sudden we got a penalty. And you know, the BBC were here, the stand. We stood over on the touchline on the left hand side, and you could see up above. Obviously, all the pundits were there doing all the analysts before the game.
Murphy, wasn't it?
Danny Murphy was there, and obviously Kyro's dad was in there as well. And then that was a highlight. I don't, like you said, the result didn't go away, but highlights. Tell me to stop. I can tell you loads. Wingate and Finchley here last season, that 5-3 when we were like 3-2 down. You know, the last minute goal at Bowers and Pitsea where Freddie scuffs it and it loops over the keeper. You know, even to be fair,
winning the league.
Winning the league.
Going that small thing.
Going to Ramsgate, needing
Ramsgate. Yeah.
Going to Ramsgate, needing basically just needing a draw really. Went 2-0 up there, and we sort of got back 2-2, but I still thought that game was great. You know, away games, Horndean, winning the league at Horndean.
Yeah,
you know,
that's incredible. And like our son got chucked up in the air by a player. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And actually, even the playoff semi-final.
I would say
it's still a great moment. And when we scored,
being at Dartford and going 2 up,
amazing.
and you think to yourself, hold on a minute, and they didn't lay a glove on us. I know the referee, and we all know what happened with it, right? But at the same time, we were there. We went 1-0 up early on to calm our nerves, and then 2-0 up, and you just think to yourself, we're in dreamland, yeah. And I know it wasn't to be, but
heartbreaking in the end. But still a great moment in there.
Highs and lows. I take it all day long.
So, and then what are you looking forward now then to next season? Obviously, another season in the Isthmian Premier Division. Another season where obviously we hope it will be a positive season. But for you guys, what are your big hopes going into the new season?
I'm really interested to meet a lot of the new players. So that's one of the things that I think I'm looking forward to the most, because quite a few people have gone. Sad to see those people go. So seeing what the new players are like and how they fit in, I'm looking forward to that, definitely.
Do you know what? If you could offer me now, if you said to me, look, you're going to have the same season you had last season, like, I'd take it in a way, because I think myself, we had such a good season, and I think people underestimated us, and I think we shocked a lot of teams, and we delivered on our football. Now, whether or not this season people will think, hold on a minute, that's Cray Valley. Like last year, we underestimated them, and they beat us home and away, because we beat a lot of teams home and away. It'll be interesting to see how. I mean, I imagine the style of football we're going to play under Steve will be the same as played last season. Whether or not he brings players in to cover the players who've gone out, I don't know yet. But like Dom said, I'm more than happy to probably get some of the names wrong, work out who's who, cheer them on, back the team, you know, and just go for another. I mean, we'll see what happens. We're going to do every game we can this season. Again, there'll be some we miss because you can't odds it, but at the same time, hopefully, it'd be nice to have a bit more of a cup run this year. You know, because we sort of went out early last year, didn't we?
That was so disappointing after the previous season. You thought, somewhere there'd be a bit of a cup run, but it just wasn't our year for cups. I don't know.
No, and I always think that we did so well in the league because we didn't have the distraction of the cups.
True.
But that still said, the playoffs felt like it was like a cup game, wasn't it? Really, it was winner takes all.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're interested to see what happens. If we lift another trophy this year in some cup or league or whatever, I'll be happy with that. If it's for the playoffs,
Yeah. It'll be a couple of things. It'll be interesting to have a Ramsgate again in the league.
Yeah.
And Lewis is becoming more and more interesting because there are so many ex-Cray Valley players there now, so that's going to be interesting.
And we've got a local derby with, obviously, we've got Cray 1, we've got Welling as well.
We've got Welling. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Welling game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Welling away. I think it'll be
So loads and loads to look forward to. Finally, we are getting the pod still next season, aren't we?
We are
100%, 100%, yeah.
Maybe with some changes.
Yeah, we're going to try and jazz it up a little bit. So I've got a few ideas. I've just got to see how it works out. There will be some recorded ones, and I think we will have special guests on as and when through the season, depending on how people are fixed to help us out. And yeah, maybe I'm looking forward to getting involved again with Cray. I think bring it on.
Amazing stuff. Well, thank you very much for giving us some of your time out of season, technically as well. So bring on the new season.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Thanks.
Thank you.